Hello, the doctor is in.
Oh. Of all the rotten luck, I run into you again. What are you doing out here in Scorched Earth? Alright. Well, I was gonna kill you and just loot your body, but seeing as I kinda know you, I guess I can help you out again. Alright, come on. You can stay with me at my place. Let's go. So, welcome to my place. It's nothing fancy, but it's home. Yeah. Alright, so I guess I have to give you the rundown here again. This is Scorched Earth. Basically, it's just one big giant desert. Water is extremely hard to find. You'll be lucky if you can find a puddle. Not only that, but there's also way more predators out there than ever before. Like this little guy. I just got him like a few feet away from my home. There's a lot more saber-tooths out here than there was on the island. There's more raptors, there's more terror birds, but those aren't even the main threats. Nope. The main threat that you want to look out for are way out there in the open desert. The main threat out there is way out there in the desert. Something that makes saber-tooth look like sissies. Death worms. You thought predators on the land were bad, but there are monsters under the ground. They're huge. They're massive, and if they weren't bad enough, they spit acid at you. Because, you know, Ark really loves to just screw us over. But let me give you a couple pointers. First off, water is the most important thing. And you can find water even if you don't see any puddles or lakes or rivers. I'm pretty sure you've seen a bunch of those big giant blue beetles. Yep, they actually have water stored in their backside. So if you see one, you just have to walk up to it, behind it, and just drink out of it. I've had to do it for a really long time before I found this spot. And you'll also know that we have the same old predators that we've had from the island. There's T-Rexes. You'll find some Spinos, maybe. Saber-tooths. Thylacolios. Megathraniums. The big giant sloth things. They're harmless at first, but if there's an insect nearby, they go berserk. So, and there are insects all over Scorched Earth, so whenever you see Megathranium, it's better just to stay as far away from it as possible. wyverns. They're basically dragons, but there are 4 different types of them: fire, lightning, ice, and poison. But luckily you don't see them too often out here. Nope. Way at the end of here, there's like a small little valley, and deep in that valley you'll see lava all the way to the bottom. That is where they like to go. That is where they stay. That's where they lay their eggs. That's where they all hang around. I've had somebody, we call it kiting a wyvern to my home. That's when somebody pisses off a wyvern and they lead them to other people's houses. We call them kiting. I've had to deal with that a couple times. But I managed to keep everything pretty steady. And you also notice that the whole house is made out of something completely different. This is clay or adobe. And that's another useful tip for being on Scorched Earth. You have to be careful of what you make your house out of. Yeah, you see, the main thing that's gonna kill you more is gonna be the heat. So once you're in here, try to find a water spot and try to build a shelter as quickly as possible. But be careful of what you build it with. Thatch and wood, that's fine to build around here. If you try to use stone or metal, you'll just cook yourself alive inside the house. But this adobe stuff is definitely what you're gonna want. It's pretty strong and it's nice and cool. So, you know, just a heads up. And let's see, what else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, you know those big giant camel looking animals with the 2 humps on their back? I forget their name, it starts with an M, but they can store waters in their humps. Water that you can survive off on. So, that's something. But pretty much everything else is just out to get you. And you may also notice that food can be a little hard to find. One of the easiest food sources out here are cactus saps. The big giant trees that look like giant cactuses. When you chop them down, you don't only get wood and thatch, but you also get something called cactus sap. It's not the tastiest meal, but you'll have to eat a bunch of those just to fill up your stomach if you're starving. Another important tip, you want to get yourself a jerboa. The jerboa is like those small little rabbit, kangaroo, mouse things. They mainly stick on your shoulder, but they don't really attack or anything, but they're real useful because they can protect the weather. Out here we have heat waves, we have dust storms, and we have lightning storms. And anytime one of those is about to happen, their jerboa will either shake its tail or it makes different little sounds. Each sound means that a certain weather is going to happen. So a jerboa is definitely useful, especially to carry around with you everywhere you go. They're not hard to find, they're not hard to tame. All you have to do is just knock them out, just some berries, and that's it. And let's see what else. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have to tell you. Just a couple pointers. Oh yeah, and about the wyvern. wyverns. If you're ever looking to tame one of those, you can't tame them when they're full grown. Your best chance is to get a flying animal, fly down into the canyon, and steal one of the eggs. And then once you hatch it, you take care of it from there. That's the only way you can raise one of those things. I have a couple eggs in the room up above by the AC units. Well, depending on which one, I put them by fire, like torches and stuff, and ACs to keep the temperature perfect. But once you go down into the canyon and take one of those eggs, just know you're gonna have a swarm of wyverns coming after you. So, make sure whatever animal you have, make sure it has a lot of stamina, and make sure it has a lot of stamina, and make sure that it's a very fast flyer. And that's pretty much it. It's already gonna be nighttime, so that means that the weather's gonna be freezing cold. So you're probably gonna have to stay here for tonight. Yeah. Just remember what I tell you next time you get lost. And if you need anything, you can come back here, I guess. Yeah. To survive out here, you're definitely gonna need some help. So, I guess I could use a partner. Alright. I'll see you in the morning, and I'll help you tame a couple animals.